Shop Talk. Today we have Allison Parliament. Alice started the whole Jeep ducking craze. And so we're going to take a few minutes and talk to Allison today and find out how the whole thing started. Hi Allison, how you doing?
Hey Dave, I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
Oh, doing all right. So Jeep ducking, it's a thing. Tell us how the whole thing started.
Okay, I guess I'll go very back. I work in both Alabama and Ontario, Canada. I'm an essential worker with my financial firm, so I travel a little bit for clients throughout the year. And with COVID, I ended up in Canada working quite a bit this year. And one of my trips up, I ran into some trouble where a guy grabbed me while I was out of my Jeep in Woodstock, Ontario, and he shoved me against my Jeep and told me to go back to my own country, that I wasn't welcome because I was spreading COVID along with some other colorful language. And for the first time, I didn't feel safe in my own home. Like, I was born and raised in Canada. And just because my plates say Alabama, somebody decided that I wasn't welcome there. They were terrified that I'd spread COVID because the media has played a big thing up of Americans spreading COVID in Canada. So once I got up to my family's cottage, I wasn't feeling exactly safe. In, our area, people would stare at the plates. They'd watch us when we were moving around, and they'd point, and they'd, not be very kind when they got out of their vehicles. I actually had the OPP called on me a few times in between getting up there and going up to Bancroft, Ontario, where my other family is. So while we were up in Bancroft, we actually were out shopping with my cousin Jade and my best friend Peter. And Jade and I snuck off and bought a bag of rubber ducks because we were going to torture Peter with the rubber ducks. We've taken to hiding something around the house for him to find after I leave. It's kind of something we've done for a while now. And in any case, when we came out of the store, we kind of got caught by Peter, but we also saw a Jeep. And we kind of giggled and we were like, okay. So we wrote a note on the duck, left the duck on the Jeep. And as we were leaving and taking a picture, the Jeep owner came out and he cracked up. He got all excited. He thought it was the best thing that we could possibly do. And it made me feel a little safer. So he kind of said, hey, you should put this up on, social media. It could be a thing. And we all kind of laughed. So we put it up on Instagram and we got 2,000 people overnight. It was crazy. And then we decided to put it up on Facebook and create a group. And it blew up from there. We had 10,000 people in a month.
Wow. So just kind of on a whim, just an idea that you had that, yeah, that's really cool. That's what makes your story really, really cool, is you took a negative and spun it into a positive. So since then, what has happened in your life? I mean, tell us a little bit about, I know that you now have a staff just for the ducking Jeep. So tell us a little bit about how it's changed your life since you've started this.
It's been crazy. People recognize me now. They yell, "It's the duck lady," when they see me, which can be really awkward, especially when you're trying to buy socks or underwear, just saying. I turn bright red and I will try to hide under whatever is around me. But I did get an amazing group of admin and moderators for our page. We have 42,000 people on our page right now. And there's more duck groups out there that aren't part of us, but they play the same game. And I think we total at 200,000 people right now in 22 countries now, wow, including Jordan, and Egypt, which was really, really cool. I was bouncing off the walls when we found out. We've also had interactions with Jeep. I've got to speak with the head of Jeep. He is phenomenal and just a great human being. And it's amazing. Jeep released the 392 Rubicon with our ducks. Like, they gave a credit to the ducking community for it. And there were ducks all over. It was just an amazing thing to see. Like, we've changed the world with a rubber duck. We've had families reach out who have had family members dying from cancer that have made memories where they've got to spend more time with their mom. We've had families reach out with disabled children who can't go see movies because COVID shut the theaters down, who are out doing something and the kids are smiling again. And just people with, a bad day that have something going on, they get a duck and it changes everything for them because they remember they're not alone.
Yeah. I was going to say, I remember when I first learned about the whole Jeep ducking thing, I got one on my Wrangler and it had a little tag attached to it. Mm-hmm. And so I got on and looked at what it was, and I remember my family wanting to get into it. So I logged on to a couple of different places. And at that time, you couldn't buy a rubber duck to save your life on any of the, I think I got the last 100 pack on Amazon when I ordered it. And then when the next time they were in stock, I remember the price was a little bit higher for that same 100 pack. So, I mean, my kids like to do it. I carry them in my Jeep, but my whole dash I've got a pile of them in the dash from people. We get them from people all the time, and it has helped people across the world. And I think it's a fantastic thing. You also have a charity that you've started.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that, what the charity is and what you guys do.
For sure. We're Ducking Jeeps for Teachers. So what we do is we have teachers contact us, tell us a little bit about what they need, what's going on in their classrooms. And we provide a Ducky grant of an amount to help cover the costs that they have. A lot of teachers in the US especially don't make a lot of money. And a lot of teachers that I know will choose between something they need at home and something they need for their students.
Yeah.
I've seen teachers do laundry for their kids because down here and in other states, the poverty level's pretty strong and it's hard to watch. I've seen kids go without lunch where teachers will take extra lunch money in to pay for kids' lunch or take extra food in every day, or, provide those notebooks and pens and pencils. So what we decided to do, because it hits home with about 4 generations of teachers in my family, we wanted to do something to change that a little bit. And so far we've helped 35 teachers, which is huge.
That is big. That's really big. How can people contribute? What do they need to do to donate?
We actually have a PayPal link that goes to the Ducking Jeeps LLC, and then it goes into our teaching fund, and then we disperse it. We have a vetting process for each teacher to confirm they are a teacher in a district and that they are licensed and all that good stuff to make sure they are who they say they are. And then we look at the need, we look at what we have and see what we can do to help. We try to do between $100 and $200 per teacher right now, just because our budget is kind of small, but we also do raffles and giveaways on our page because we do want to give back to our duckers because they are phenomenal as well. We try to keep an even balance of saying, hey, we're doing this, but also giving back to our duckers as they play.
And if for any of you that were watching Alice and I on the Facebook Live the other night, I did make an announcement. We're doing something new on Nomad Nation Shop Talk. We're going to start answering people's questions, emails. As a matter of fact, we're going to be recording the next episode here shortly, and we have a handful of emails that people sent to us with questions about their Jeeps and a couple of mechanical problems, some cosmetic issues, some advice. So if you email us at shoptalk@offroadnomads.net, we're going to answer as many emails as we can, and we're going to read through them and answer the questions on the show. So for everyone that we get that we read on the air, we will donate $5 to Ducking Jeeps for Teachers. Something else that I came up with a little bit earlier, we are going to start at each, whether you're watching the podcast on Nomad Nation Shop Talk or any future shows or anything on television with us, we are going to start running some contests where somewhere in one of the shops, wherever we're filming at, we are going to hide a duck somewhere in the shop. And it's not going to be easy, but we're going to put it somewhere in the shop. And what we would like people to do is leave a comment on the YouTube channel if you see it. So that's going to be starting in the next week or two. We'll make an announcement at the introduction to the show the episode that we do start that. So fun little thing that we're going to do. And if you see the duck, you can just name the color, where you saw it at in the shop. And we'll pick a handful of people and we'll send them some Nomad Nation decals and maybe some nice fun little prize if you find the duck.
That's awesome. I love that. I'll even send you one of the big ducks, like the sparkly one that I have.
Yeah.
To help hide because he's easy to see.
Do you have, I was going to say, if you have.
I have a gold one. somewhere in the Jeep. I'll find it and put it in the box I'm sending with all the goodies I'm sending you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that would be great. We were talking the other day too, and so you guys just had some pretty bad storms recently.
Yeah, we did. We had 24 confirmed tornadoes across Alabama on Wednesday night. It was a rough night for all of us. A lot of us spent our nights in our closets with our pets, our family.
Yeah, I guess what I'm driving at is that part of the Jeep community as a whole, and then you add something like what you're doing with the official ducking Jeeps. How many people did you have check in on you throughout the whole ordeal?
I think we had probably 4,000 or 5,000 people message in asking if we needed anything, if we were safe, if they could, do anything, send anything. And it's an amazing feeling to have that kind of family. That's just how awesome our duck family is.
Yeah, and that's like you said. I've said this in previous episodes. You've heard me say it more than once. It is very much a Jeep owner's thing. And it doesn't seem to matter what kind you drive. And we're right before we started filming, we were talking about that. And one of the folks on the show, Darren, he said, why my wife complains because she never gets ducked on her trail hawk. And so, this might be another opportunity for you to let people know that it doesn't have to be just a Wrangler to get ducked. It's a whole community.
It's every Jeep. And that's the thing. Like, I mean, I've grown up with the antique Jeeps that my uncle restored. I had a Liberty. Our Jeep family is huge. It doesn't matter what model, what make you drive. If it says a Jeep on it anywhere, it's fair game. And even if it doesn't, we're allowing people to play at this point, because a lot of people right now, especially, need a smile. Like, I mean, you never know what somebody else is going through, and you never know what kind of day they've had, but you can make a difference by making them take a moment to smile. And that's what we decided to do.
Yeah, no, that's great. We think that what you're doing is fantastic. I know there are thousands and thousands of people out there that agree with me that, it was something in a time of a lot of uncertainty and turmoil. I know that there was a few things going around the internet. Like, one of my favorite ones was somebody made a meme with Ernie from Sesame Street, and it said, "The world is going crazy. Jeepers. Oh, look, somebody gave me a duck." That kind of sums it up, even if it's just for that split second. And I've seen the reaction of people, both online and actually in person, where they have received one and they just, they go for anywhere from I've seen people jump up and down. People have left me ducks. I don't know how many of them. And, I've seen them come running across the parking lot, wait.
Yep. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that when
people trying to get their attention, it's entertaining, every reaction.
Yeah. And that's like my daughter. I remember the first time she left one on somebody's Jeep. She just it was like spy versus spy, she creeping around and she just set it on the mirror and walked away. And now let me ask you this question. Are there any recommendations on the best place to position the duck when you, like, the door handle, the mirror? What do you guys?
We've always recommended putting them on the mirror or on the running board, because that way somebody's not freaking out about something being stuffed in their door handle. I clean my ducks. Every duck gets wiped down before I place it. And I use hand sanitizer generally before I run across the parking lot, because a lot of people are afraid of COVID, and a lot of people should be. It is a scary thing because everybody reacts differently. But, somebody that's healthy could be compromised in one way or another and nobody would know. So we take that extra precaution and clean every duck. But I always put it on the mirror or on the running board if there is a running board. Not every Jeep has them, so it's kind of iffy on that. But I also make sure that my ducks are heavy enough the wind's not going to knock them off. I don't use the tiny ducks.
Right.
Because they blow away. And a lot of people that get upset when they see their ducks on the ground sometimes forget it is windy out there.
Yeah. I have seen a few of those posts. And then I've also seen people where somebody had ordered the ducks and they were the little bitty tiny ones. And
yep, the little quarter-sized ones.
Yeah. Do you have is there a reference on the site anywhere for size or a part number or anything like that?
There isn't, because everybody does it a little bit different with their ducks. Some people make them, like I've made wood burn ones that are special, that are signed on the back that I've left. I have clay ones that we painted. It just kind of depends on the person and how artsy you are or what you want to do with it. The only requirement is that it generally has the hashtag that I created in July, the Duck Duck Jeep and Ducking Jeeps hashtags. And then, you know, we ask something kind, but like I have the teeny tiny ones and like, I'm not kidding. These are itty bitty. I'm 6 feet tall, by the way. So you can guess how big my hands are, but it's crazy. Like, we've seen ducks that are, you know, that small. We've seen ones that sit on top of the roof of the Jeep that are huge. I actually have somewhere in the Facebook page, one of the big inflatable ducks tied to the roof of my Jeep.
Oh yeah.
One of the companies in Ontario was kind enough to let us borrow it for an afternoon to take pictures. Tremblay's Sporting Goods and Aurelia was actually amazing about it. We drove over. They're like, would you guys mind if we borrowed your duck for a little bit? The guy looked at me and I explained. I was like, I will totally give you guys credit for it, you know, and tell people where they can find them. And I know people were calling from all over to order them after we did it. And like, I sent you that picture this morning of my mom leaving that giant duck. Yeah, that thing will be seat belted in for the topless ride in Terre Haute in May, since so many people are asking me to bring it with me. We're going to make it a special t-shirt in the whole 9 yards. So Ruby will go everywhere with me from now on.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. So, you know, I think we're just about out of time here, but before we wrap up, I just wanted to let everybody know that, you know, we're working on some pretty neat things for the charity for folks in the off-road community, folks, you know, so we're gonna have some pretty exciting things. Every once in a while, Alice and I go live on Facebook, and sometimes we've done it a couple of times now, and I think that's something that we'll probably keep doing every now and again. You know, I don't want to steal, you know, any of your thunder. I don't want to get in the way. So I figure, you know, each one, and really all I did was I reached out to Allison, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, maybe.
Last Saturday.
Yeah. Saying, hey, would you be interested in coming on my show, and just telling us, and all of a sudden
I know, it's been crazy.
Through texting and FaceTime and whatnot, we've had all these ideas and things that we can do to help people and to help you know, our communities, and so we're working on some pretty neat stuff. So just stay tuned for that. And so Allison, do you have anything you want to add before we?
I wanted to say thank you again for having us on and for everything that you're doing with us. It's phenomenal getting to work with you and getting to know you. I'm glad that you reached out. So thank you again.
Me too. And I appreciate it. And I really appreciate everything you guys have done. And, you know, everybody that I've met so far has been great. So, well, there you have it. Everybody, thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions, like I said, drop us an email at shoptalk@offroadnomads.net. Allison, how can people get a hold of you? How can they join the site?
If you go to Official Ducking Jeeps Established 2020 on Facebook, that is the Official Ducking Jeeps group. Our hashtags are DuckDuckJeep and hashtag Ducking Jeeps. And my name is Allison Parliament. You're always welcome to contact me on Facebook. On Instagram, we are also Official Ducking Jeeps. And we do have a TikTok that is also Official Ducking Jeeps. You're welcome to contact me there as well. Other than that, I think that's everything.
Yeah. All right. Well, take care, everyone. Thank you, Allison, very much. And we'll see you next time. So thanks for watching. But before you go, let me tell you how you can win the Milwaukee Fuel 18-volt cordless half-inch impact gun. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, and we need your help. If you're one of those first 1,000 subscribers, you will automatically be entered to win the Milwaukee 18-volt cordless impact gun. This thing has got over 1,400 pounds of torque, it's valued over $500, and it can be yours. Go ahead and subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss one of our videos. And leave us a comment, we'd love to hear from you. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you in the next video.